Man, what's good, YouTube, man? It's your boy, man, J Willie Silly, man, aka Mr. Take It Easy for you and all easy. But make sure y'all follow my Instagram, man, and Twitch in the description down below. Like I told y'all, bro, I will not be live streaming on Twitch today, but tomorrow, you know what I'm saying, I will be live streaming on Twitch. So I hope everybody, hope everybody go follow. And like I said, bro, I appreciate y'all, bro, for the huge following, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just keeping it real with you. I know I got to be active more on Twitch, but I told y'all, bro, my nigga Keon, bro, we could have went on tonight, bro, but I had a whole lot of stuff going on, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I said, man, we just gonna push it back to tomorrow, you feel me? So I understand I have to be active on Twitch, but it's just, like I said, there's no other game, bro. Black Ops finna drop, in October, so we gonna be on that for surely. But, man, it's just that Madden and college football, you know what I'm saying? I already beat The Last of Us too, bro, so it's just kind of ain't been really like a lot of good games to play for. Like 2K is really like one of the only playable games, bro. Honestly, you know what I'm saying? Two of the games that we thought was gonna be good turned out to be trash. So just waiting on that Black Ops and that GTA to drop. You know what I'm saying? But we got He Was Bullied, and before I get to what I'm finna say, I'm finna make another playlist section, bro. It's gonna be called Movie Reactions. So if y'all want to go see all my movie reactions, bro, then y'all go to the playlist section. Is I got scare reactions, I got baseball reactions, the whole nine, NBA, NFL, all that. You know what I'm saying? But I used to do these type of videos on my old channel before I got banned. So I told y'all when I got banned, bro, it kind of shook my world a little. You know what I'm saying? Like, I stopped doing baseball reactions. I just stopped doing the whole lot of reactions that I was doing, cartel reactions. So I'm picking back up the pace, you know what I'm saying? Picking back up the pace. But we got He Was Bullied by other recruits, but he saved everyone on the battlefield, man. Hacksaw Ridge, man. It's the movie called Hacksaw Ridge.
With his family, which includes his brother Hal, his mother Bertha, and his father Tom, who used to be a soldier. Tom fought in the First World War, and now that he is the same, the impact the war had on his mind has given him a lot of trauma, which causes him to be angry and drink heavily. This leads to Bertha having to comfort the kids and letting them know that their father doesn't hate them, but hates himself. For the majority of their childhood, Desmond and Hal have fun.
You say he don't hate them, but he hate himself? Alright, nigga, take it out on yourself then, nigga. Punch yourself in the face then, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Don't come out here. That's one thing I don't like, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, you angry at yourself, nigga. Be angry at yourself then, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, don't take that junk out on me and my bro. You feel me? Straight up, man. Nigga be trying to take their anger out on you because they angry at themselves. You better hold that anger in, nigga.
Climbing rocks and going on adventures in nature.
Finna push the nigga off the cliff.
They get into fights, which Tom encourages so that he only has to discipline the winner.
Why stop and save when you're whipping them both? This way I just whip the one that wins.
Typically always been
I just whipped the one that went.
Trying to defend himself with a brick.
Why you just hit that nigga in the face with a brick? Man, get that little nigga, man. That nigga just hit his brother in the face with a brick.
He almost kills Hal. Luckily, Hal was okay, but
come on with this nigga. Man, whoop that nigga, man. That nigga tripping right there, man. Whoop that nigga.
Which is amplified by his religious mother, Bertha.
Take another man's life. That is the most egregious sin in the Lord's sight.
Fast forward 15 years, Desmond is seen working at his town's church. In the matter of seconds,
that nigga hit his brother in the face with a brick.
Have an accident on the street and rushes to help. Desmond wraps his belt around the man and he gets sent to the hospital. The doctor realizes what Desmond did and praises him for his critical thinking and saving the man's life.
Nice work. You might have saved this boy's life.
Desmond has a realization. He looks around the room seeing the good work the nurses and doctors do, and really takes in the feeling of helping people. He's always dreamed of being able to save people, but never done a formal education.
Right there.
Here is where he meets Nurse Dorothy, which makes him weak in the knees. Bro even donated blood on the spot just to talk to her. I would too. The next day, Desmond returns to the hospital to spit some game and ask her out. Their first date was at the movies, which went well even though he almost fumbled by him trying to kiss her without warning.
I thought you might have liked it.
Well, I might have if you'd asked.
Fast forward and the two are seen having a healthy relationship, where Desmond even gets to learn more about medicine from the books she gets for him. Some time later, when they are all home for family dinner, Hal announces that he is enlisting for World War II following his father Tom's footsteps, but decides to tell them after the deed is done because he knew they wouldn't approve. His mother Bertha scolds him for the fact that he is going to kill people, which is against her beliefs. Tom also begins to cry and become upset as seeing his son in uniform is triggering his PTSD. Seeing his brother, Desmond decides that he wants to enlist as well, telling Dorothy that he wants to become a medic. To have her not be upset, he asks her to marry him, to which she happily says yes. Desmond goes to talk to Tom, who is at the gravestones of his fellow comrades from war. He explains,
all I'm saying, bro, I know that's in your belief not to kill people, bro, but you gotta realize, bro, bro, it's people that in the Bible that killed people, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like, we got all type of people that kill people. You know, Joseph, you know what I'm saying? Moses, you know what I'm saying? We got all type of people, bro, you know, that killed people in the Bible, bro. So I just feel like, you know, when it comes, I feel like when God talks about killing people, I feel like he's talking about like innocent blood. You know what I'm saying? Because even God didn't kill people, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, you know, and like I said, war was going on back then, bro. That's what, you know what I'm saying? Israel going against such and such, you know, all this, like, war been going on, bro, since the beginning of time. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I'm saying. Like, you know, like I said, God is not only the God of love, but he's the God of war. God understands, bro, when it's time to go to war, that's what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, at the end of the day, bro, when you got to kill, bro, when you have to kill. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. God know for me, nigga try to kill me, it's not in my belief to kill this nigga. You know what I mean? It goes above all my belief. So I'm finna just let this nigga whack me. Nigga, forget that. Nigga, I'm finna put this nigga in the graveyard. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. You feel me? So all that list, it's not my belief. It's something I do not stand for. You know what I'm saying? Man, get out of here. I'm gonna whack that nigga. Put that nigga 6 feet out of.
The day comes when Desmond is departing to Fort Jackson. Dorothy gives him a Bible inside to keep near his heart, which has a picture of her inside. After arrives at the fort, he is introduced to all of his new boys, including Private Smitty, who scares him with his knife. We meet Sergeant Howell, who enters the room and scares all of the privates by coming with no warning. Howell is everything you'd think a sergeant would be. He yells and insults everyone for no reason and criticizes all of their appearances, which Desmond thinks is funny.
Are you grinning at me, boy, or is that your natural state?
Bro is really testing his limits. Howell immediately takes
bro is really testing his limits.
Desmond does very well in the obstacle course due to his upbringing growing up in the mountains.
Oh, yeah.
The next drill is rifle training, which sparks a major issue as he refuses to pick up the gun. Howell drags Desmond to Captain Glover's office to explain himself. Desmond elaborates that he should not be needed to use a gun as he is a conscientious objector and should not have even been sent to a rifle company to begin with. He also tries to explain that due to his religion he is not supposed to be working on Saturdays because that's his Sabbath. Glover laughs and thinks the whole ordeal is...
Nigga, you Catholic? You know what I'm saying? I think he's Catholic.
A joke.
But Sabbath day is like, you know, talk about that in the Bible as well. You know what I'm saying? Sabbath day, you know, work the 6 days, and then when it comes to the 7th day, you know what I'm saying? Don't do no work and just, you know, praise God and stuff like that. You know what I mean? When it comes to Christians, a Sabbath day could be on a Sunday. You know what I'm saying? So it's obviously that he's Catholic. It's on a Saturday. So yeah, he's Catholic.
Mentions how he would be able to trust Desmond in battle if he cannot follow orders.
If you can't do it here, I can't trust you to do it in battle. I'm putting you in for a Section 8 psychiatric discharge.
After returning to training, Howell puts Desmond on blast in front of the other privates for being an objector, saying that nobody can count on him in battle. Later that night, before bed, Smitty sneaks up behind Desmond and takes his Bible to instigate a fight, which Desmond doesn't give in to and just asks for his Bible back politely.
See what I'm saying, my boy? Sometimes you gotta strike a nigga in the jaw. You know what I'm saying? I realize, gang, I realize that, bro, but sometimes you just gotta strike a nigga in the jaw. You know what I mean? God gonna understand. You feel me? Because that's one thing I'm always gonna do. And God is my witness. I'm sorry, God, but if nigga play on me, I'm finna strike a nigga right in this jaw. You feel me? Straight up. You know, because like I said, nigga used to get angry. This one thing I'm working on right here is my anger and my rage, bro. Because ever since a little nigga, I just been punishing niggas. You feel me? So I've been getting into the Bible and I've been seeing God saying, you know, you gotta work on the anger. You can't be filled with anger. You can't be filled with rage. You know what I'm saying? Malice and whatnot, etc., etc. So, you know, I gotta work on that right there. But God, I'm like, God, this nigga testing me, God. What you want me to do? Turn up the cheek? This nigga just took the nigga Bible. Nigga ain't messing with nobody, bro. Just reading the Bible. Here you go. See, I'm saying that right there, it pisses me off. You feel me? Because especially like if a nigga I don't mess with nobody and you just come and just pick it. What you think you finna bully me, nigga? That what you think you finna do? You think you finna bully me? Nigga, I'ma hurt this nigga. I'm sorry. And God gonna have to judge me when I'm in heaven, for real.
Next day, Desmond has his psychiatric evaluation.
I don't know about that one, God.
If he is hearing voices. He explains that he is perfectly aware, but just a strong believer and not crazy. The doctor explains to Captain Glover that Desmond is not crazy and cannot be discharged.
I ain't gonna start with
He
nobody,
is
but
now allowed to work as a combat medic if he continues to do well in the other areas of his training. Glover becomes mad and tells Howell to keep him in the barracks, making him spend time on exhausting labor like cleaning the toilets. Howell also trashes his bunk, telling everyone that they will not be getting a free weekend, forcing them to work and implying that Desmond is to blame.
They give that nigga hell. Dang! Beat the brakes on this nigga.
By the privates, while Smitty asks him why he is not leaving. In the morning, when Howell comes for line up, he sees Desmond's battered face and seriously recommends for him to quit for his own sake. Desmond says that he will not leave and also does not give Sergeant the names of the guys that beat him.
I sleep pretty hard.
After the unit's training is complete, they are all allowed to go home, except for Desmond, who gets arrested for insubordination. This makes Dorothy nervous as she is seen waiting at the altar, and is sure that something must have happened because he would never abandon her. In his cell, Desmond gets overwhelmed from the situation and has a breakdown, but puts on a poker face when Glover comes to see him. Glover wants him to plead guilty so that he will not face any charges and can be released, but again, Desmond declines. Dorothy finds out that Desmond is being held and comes to visit him, where he persuades him to stop letting his beliefs come before his safety and to just pass the rifle training, which requires no killing. Desmond relentlessly sticks with his gut, and so Dorothy calls Tom and Bertha to share her worries. The next day, Tom shows up at the fort wearing his uniform with all of his old medals, demanding to speak to his former commanding officer, who is now the general. Inside the court, Desmond pleads not guilty. However, as he is about to get sentenced, Tom breaks into the court with a letter from the general. This note states that the ability to be and act as a conscientious objector is protected by the U.S. Constitution. This leads to the case getting dismissed to avoid any trouble and finally allows for Desmond to begin training as a combat medic. He is relieved and ecstatic. To celebrate, Desmond and Dorothy get married as planned. Some time passes and the 77th unit is sent to Okinawa, Japan. Upon arrival, the harsh reality of war hits the group as they watch soldiers pass carrying piles of dead bodies like they were nothing.
I'm crazy. I'm going AWOL. I'm AWOL. You know what I'm saying? Run, Forrest, run! You know what I'm saying? That's the one thing you cannot depend on me. You can't depend on me to save you at all, nigga. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. They be talking about all this draft talk. Draft who? Draft who? Who you finna draft? Nigga, you not drafting me. That's why I'm like, but I don't even be entertaining all that draft stuff. Nigga, I ain't going nowhere. I'll sit in jail about that for sure. I'll sit in jail about that. I'm not going no war, G. You know what I mean? You got all these mines. You got nigga walking across the grass, don't know if you gonna step on a mine, don't mind, my fault, don't know when the bomb gonna come, all this little crazy stuff in this war zone, man. You crazy, man. I only like playing Call of Duty, I don't like living it. You know what I'm saying? Heck, you niggas talking about? Niggas talking about some draft. They might be like, y'all niggas stay talking about some draft like I ain't going nowhere. You got to kill me for sure. You got soldiers, bro. Let them niggas go. They got them niggas do, let them niggas do that, bro. I'm not going to no freaking war. I'm sorry, nigga. I'm running just like Forrest. You feel me? Straight up running just like Forrest. I'm talking about, bro. I'm going AWOL, and you know AWOL. You know you go to jail. I'll go to jail about it. You know what I'm saying? Going to jail better than dying though, for sure. You know. And guess what, nigga? It's gonna be a slow death too. You like you step on a mine, bro. You know, nigga blow up, nigga. You dying slow, bro. You feeling all that pain, bro. I ain't got time for that. I'm straight, Jam. I'm straight. Especially me fighting for the country that nigga ain't accepted in for real. You think I'm finna die for all these goofy niggas? You feel me? Straight up. You think I'm finna die, nigga? That's why I be like, I don't know how Jesus did it. I don't know how Jesus died for it. I don't know how he did it.
In the barracks and are soon joined by the remaining soldiers from the 96th unit, and Desmond gets to meet the
think I'm finna die for all these racist folks.
The soldiers from the 96th unit tell the rest about the Meta Escarpment, better known as the Hacksaw Ridge. Americans have tried climbing the ridge over 6 times,
don't even
but each
accept
time
us,
are
bro.
bombarded
Think I'm
by the
finna fight for
Japanese
this
army.
country,
The
bro.
Japanese tend to target the wounded soldiers, so Desmond is advised to take off the red cross on his sleeve to make him less of a target.
Here, I got you a new helmet.
A few days later, the reinforced unit makes it to Hacksaw Ridge. Reclaiming the ridge is very crucial for them because it means that they will be able to retake Okinawa, which means they can take Japan. The battle begins with the U.S. Navy firing missiles over the Japanese army.
Boy, look at this.
The chaos brought from the explosions and smoke. Desmond's
nigga going up to that, y'all. These niggas going up to it. Man, you crazy, what?
We're not in Kansas anymore, Dorothy.
Immediately, the battle begins, quickly followed by bloodshed. There are a lot of lives lost on both sides. However, Desmond keeps his strong resolve and begins carrying his wounded comrades down the ridge. A few times, Desmond was almost caught and killed by Japanese soldiers, but Smitty makes sure to watch his back and take
that boy
care of
Smitty.
After a long day of battle,
so the nigga that beat you up, bro, turned out to be your best friend. That's crazy.
Soldiers, but Smitty makes sure to watch his back and take care of them. After a long day of battle, night falls and Desmond's unit decides to dig and camp in the spot they have taken, with the goal of reclaiming the rest of the ridge when the sun comes up. Desmond says that he would like to continue looking for any left survivors, but Howell says that it is too dangerous to leave. Smitty stands up and volunteers to cover him, which Howell allows for.
Okay,
so they make
Smitty.
their way. Desmond is able to drag out a few soldiers before they take a break in a hole. For the first time, Smitty pays Desmond respect as he finally sees his heart in battle, and the two of them even joke around like they have been friends forever.
Straight up, this nigga right here just beat the brakes out. That's just you know, that's one thing that I'm working on too is forgiveness. You know what I'm saying? I forgive you, brother. I forgive you. But bro, just beat your head in like a pup, man. Nigga taking your Bible, nigga doing all this. Every time I look at this nigga, you took my Bible, nigga. Nigga, you beat the brakes off me. You know what I'm saying? That's every time I look at this nigga, I'm getting angry, you know? But like I said, you just got to work with the forgiveness. You got to forgive. I forgive you, Smitty. I forgive you. You know what I mean?
He has a vivid nightmare of the enemy soldiers ambushing him and killing him and wakes up in panic. After telling his dream to Smitty, he cracks a joke about a man who doesn't even use a gun in his dreams. Desmond explains where his opposition to guns stems from. We see a abandoned him as a baby. Morning soon arrives.
Heck was that? I swear I thought I seen you long, cuz. Am I tripping?
Stems from we see a abandoned him as a baby. Morning soon arrives.
Look like the pops had the gun on my dudes.
The Japanese army launches a counterattack by ambushing the Americans. It is a disaster. Howell orders the unit
what's
to fall
too many
back
of them,
and wait
but
for the
no
Navy
sir,
to
we
help.
AWOL.
But unfortunately, Smitty dies before Desmond could move him to a safer spot.
Dang, my
The
nigga
rest of the
Smitty,
American
man.
soldiers try to scramble down the ridge, yet Desmond remains. He looks around and hears the cries and screams from his fellow comrades left behind and comes to terms that it is God's wish for him to stay and help them. Desmond quickly begins to start.
You said it was God's wish for you to help and stay, and we gotta have another talk. God? No, me and God gotta have a serious talk. So God, you're telling me that it's your will for me to go do that again? God, you're wrong. You're wrong, God. Devil, get out my head, devil. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no way God telling me to go back in there. Ain't no way. Ain't no way, Jose. Ain't no way. You know, me and God gonna have to talk in the afterlife. I ain't going back through that, God. I'm gonna keep it real. This is the first time I tell God, no. No, God, no. You think I'm gonna go all the way through here? Tell me it's God's will. No, God, no.
He looks around and hears the cries and screams from his fellow comrades left behind and comes to terms that it is God's wish for him to stay and help them.
Man, look at this. No. No, God.
Desmond quickly begins to start dragging injured soldiers to the edge of the ridge and uses rope to send them down. In the meantime, Glover, who has returned to camp, calls
this nigga
off
going
the
crazy without a fire
to save more lives, but this leaves Desmond, Howell, and the remainder of the unit vulnerable to the Japanese. Desmond still does
that nigga
not
saving
give up,
lives
even
like
when
crazy
the Japanese
though.
soldiers are getting closer. Desmond
Dang,
notices
just
an
cut the
injured
nigga.
soldier and buries him under the dirt along with covering himself up with a dead body to avoid being seen. This works and the Japanese soldier walks by, allowing for Desmond to save him after all.
Dang.
After sending him down the ridge, Desmond returns to the battlefield where he is quickly spotted by the enemy. He runs and finds a tunnel which he goes into and sees someone that took his own life. He soon realizes that this is a Japanese tunnel which allows for them to swiftly get around the area, which makes him more nervous. As enemy soldiers are passing through the tunnel, he manages to avoid them all but then accidentally stumbles across a wounded enemy soldier. Sticking to the doctor's code, he gives him morphine and a bandage despite being the enemy.
Morphine. That's good.
Once it is safe for Desmond to leave the tunnel.
That's what I be saying, G. It's like, dang, like my nigga, like, you know, really, what is the beef though? You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I don't have no problem with Russian folks. Like, I started thinking about it. I'm like, niggas talking about they are enemies and stuff. These niggas that be higher ups, these higher ups beefing, bro. They beefing, right? And we gotta pay the consequences for these niggas beefing. Nigga, I ain't got no problem with no Russian folks. Nigga, I ain't got no problem with no North Korean folks. But nigga, ain't do nothing to me. Talking about they're our enemies. Nigga, they're their enemies. So that's what I'm saying. All you little higher ups, Kim Jong-un, whatever your name is, Putin, Joe Biden, all y'all niggas, bro, you need to go fight it out somewhere, bro. Go up, leave us out of it, bro. Cause I ain't got no problem with no North Korean folks. Same thing for China, man. I ain't got no problem with no Chinese folks, bro. I'm chilling, bro. Chinese person ain't never done nothing to me. All this little unknown beef, bro. Why I'm beefing with Chinese folks for? Why I'm beefing with freaking Russian folks for? What I'm beefing with North Korean folks for? You feel what I'm saying? They're our enemies, though. You got niggas talking about we don't like Americans. Nigga, what the heck do we do? Nigga, you don't like Americans? Nigga, what we do? What I do? I'm chilling. We do not like Americans. Niggas literally just don't like Americans just because, bro. I'm like, bro, I'm just living just like you, bro. What you don't like me for? I don't know you, nigga.
It is nighttime again. He does not let the darkness get in his way, though, and keeps moving to find.
Bro, it's 100% rain, bro. God, leave, bro.
Beginning to bleed and become injured from the grueling task. In the morning, Glover notices that all of the medic bays have been filled and wonders how all the wounded soldiers got there. One of the rescued men claims that the guy nobody believed in has been doing this all alone. Meanwhile, Desmond comes across an injured Howell with another soldier. After carrying out his comrade, Desmond goes back for Howell, but gets seen by an enemy sniper. Desmond runs on purpose to make the Japanese sniper shoot, which leads to him exposing his location. Howell takes advantage of this and helps Desmond by killing the enemy. Desmond begins dragging Howell out and Howell fires back at the enemy soldiers to protect them. Once Howell is sent down the ridge, Desmond jumps as well as he saved as many soldiers as he could.
That nigga, hey, bro, that nigga Des, he's shooting this nigga.
The rest of the unit below. Desmond is picked up by his fellow comrades and is given the highest praise and respect and goes to the medic tents where he learns that the other medic didn't make it. Later, Glover comes to talk with him and apologizes.
Hey, bro, shout out to this nigga for doing that, though, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Shout out to you, bro, for real. That's some real G stuff right there. I ain't gonna lie. Shout out my nigga right here, though. That's some real G stuff right there, though. Like, bro went in the trenches, bro, without a gun or nothing, bro, and you know what I'm saying? That's some real G stuff right there. I salute that nigga for sure.
For his country.
I gotta salute my boy. I ain't gonna lie to you.
They will be going back to the ridge tomorrow, which is Saturday, and tells Desmond that he would love him there but does not need to go as it is his Sabbath. Desmond wants to go, and we see the rest of the unit waiting for him to finish prayer before going back up to finish off the Japanese army.
We're waiting, sir.
Waiting for what?
Private Doss to finish praying for us, sir.
Now, the Americans take the enemy by surprise, and with new knowledge on the tunnels from Desmond, they are able to successfully get an upper hand. A group of enemy soldiers come out of the tunnel waving a flag to surrender but are only pretending to get closer and throw grenades at the soldiers. The Japanese are instantly shot at and killed, but Desmond gets hurt in the process of deflecting a grenade. The other privates put Desmond on a stretcher and begin taking him to the edge of the ridge, only stopping to give him his Bible, which fell during the fight. Despite this, the Americans still win the battle of taking back Hacksaw Ridge and the story ends. The real Desmond Doss carried 75 wounded men to safety.
That was a real story.
He was the first conscientious objector to receive the Medal of Honor, America's highest award for courage under fire. Desmond and Dorothy were married until her death in 1991. Desmond never stopped living true to his beliefs and gave all credit to God. Desmond Doss passed away at the age of 87 in March of 2006. Thanks for watching. I give this...
Hey, man, let's give a round of applause to Desmond, bro. Because Desmond did something I'm never going to do. You know what I'm saying? Let's give a freaking round of applause to Desmond, man. Shout out to Desmond, but I gotta go watch my game, though. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. You know, hopefully we win tonight, man. If we don't, man, it is what it is, man. Smeagol's K, man. Cowgirls K, man. I know how we come.